After over 25 years of marriage, we've learned that successful couples have great friendships, put each other first, and focus on light just as much as love. We believe marriage should be fun and easy.
Our goal is to share our journey with the hopes of helping others build strong, happy relationships. Join us as we continue to create our lives beyond I do.
%80 of marriages, divorce are initiated by women for that reason. Because if you don't feel safe, right? If you don't feel safe, he's not constantly reassuring that he loves you.
Right.
He starts taking you for granted because he doesn't understand the small things, right? I had a guy a few months ago. He comes, I don't know why I pointed at my door because I could see it. He says to me, he reached out to me, he goes, dude, I need your help. What's up? He goes, my lovely wife for 10 years, she used to be so sweet, so kind, so loving, so supportive, so He goes, now I come home, she looks at me and she goes, oh, it's you. And she goes in the kitchen. He goes, man, she hates me.
Before we get into our episode, we want to share this disclaimer. We are not marriage counselors, nor are we mental health professionals. We simply want to share with you what has worked in our marriage. Now, on to our episode. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready for part 2?
Oh yeah. Another riveting bit of information by who? Mr. André.
Mr.
Paradis.
André Paradis.
Oh yeah, he is.
ProjectEquinox.net.
He is definitely stepping on some toes. I'm sure. I hear the corns crackling.
But it's all in the name of making certain that if you seek love, if that's what you want, a long-lasting relationship, that you understand we're different. We're wired differently.
That's right.
And in order to have the best chance at that successful, happy relationship, we have to understand how to communicate with each other,
right,
and how our partner thinks. So,
right, exactly.
Sometimes it's good to have them.
You got. Well, sometimes you have to look at it like this. You can't correct anything if you don't know it's something wrong. So
right.
You have to have
somebody
to point it, awareness to make the change. So, could be a good thing, But,
no, it is. I mean, it's always a good thing.
It's definitely a good thing.
The opportunity to grow and change.
Yeah, exactly.
For good, grow and change for good. So.
Exactly.
All right, you ready?
Yep. So here you go.
Right. You never forget about it. It goes in the file, right? And I call it the pancake plate. Are you ready? The pancake plate. I say, ladies, it's your responsibility to constantly keep the plate clean. Because what happened is this, and I'll give you an example. Something happens. He has no idea. You didn't say something, or you said something, or you forgot something. That's a big one. Forgot something. Oh, what a jerk. I remember everything. He remembers nothing. If he cared for me, he would... You're with me, right? So these are teeny things that destroy us. So something happens, right? And she goes, right? And doesn't say anything about it. She feels better, right? And she's like, yeah, I'll just let it go because I don't want to start a fight. Pancake number 1. 2 days later, whatever. I'm not trying to start nothing. I'm just going to act. Pancake number 2. Are you ready? And then number 3. And then number 4, and then number 5, and then number 6, right? This is what's not fair, because you're stacking up pancakes against me, and I have no idea, because you're not telling me. It's very unfair. So the pancake plate gets piled up, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, right? He has no idea. I have no idea, right? So I can't fix it. Right? But and this what I get this. I'll give you an example that happened to me, right? So, pancake plate is stacking. I have no idea. Totally unfair. I'm in my office. I come out of my office. I have a cup of coffee that was in my office. So I walk in the kitchen and I put it on the counter. But what I didn't know is she just spent an hour and a half cleaning the kitchen, because the kitchen's never right. It's never clean. It's never perfect. But she just spent an hour and a half. So now it's like, right? The kitchen's clean to her.
Yeah.
Now, I have no idea. I was in my office. So I put the cup on the counter and I walk out, and she lost her mind. She lost her mind. She lost her damn mind. You know, you don't respect me. You never. And I'm like, what the hell? I always. And what happened is a pancake plate got thrown on my head now. Because of the last pancake, I get the whole plate tossed on my head. And this is when you think you're crazy. Like, what in the hell is wrong with you? This is ruining your day. This. Here, right? Look around. We live in paradise. Look how we live. Look at the house. Look at the money we're making. Look at this is ruining your life, right? But to her, it's real. But see how unfair that is because she's losing her stuff, she looks insane, right? And I will push back. I don't always and never anything. Now she's crying because I'm a bigger jerk because she's so frustrated with all the pancakes that when she brings it up, it gets even worse. That's what doesn't work.
Right.
And she don't understand that their syrup is real sticky from the pancake.
Seriously, right? And so that's what doesn't work. And again, I want to say it's unfair. I can't fix it. I can't apologize for it. I can't say, sorry, I totally forgot. My bad. So you can let it go.
Right.
If you don't tell me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a big, huge one. Communications again, right? How do you bring things forward? Well, so I have scripts for that. But it's not that complicated. It's just nobody teaches us tools, right? They throw us together and go, you figure it out. Right? You should act like he's never gonna. She should be more like, getting to the point and be direct, like never gonna happen. Right. We have to stop fighting it and find the tools to help us navigate it. Right. I could do this all day long.
This man, I'm telling you dropping so many jewels. But I do have we do have some questions that we want to get.
Please. Bring it.
Okay, so to piggyback off of that, how do I know it's not something else and it's the pancake being stacked? How do we know when it's not miscommunication and there's something else going on?
So I'm going to say it typically is, he did something that he shouldn't have done, or he was, not paying attention, or he forgot, or he said something that was completely cruel or inappropriate, and right? And all the girls are like, "Oh, what a jerk!" And I have no idea because that doesn't make me again. So we hurt your feelings, we don't know. You disrespect us, you don't know, right? So that's the triggers back and forth. So if you keep the pancake plate empty, okay, I'll give you an example, right? So I used to have a brick and mortar car business in Los Angeles a few years back. And so I have employees. And so I'd hired a young girl to work in my office who was helping my wife with the logistical or whatever the hell, right? I'm managing and directing everything, but the girls do the office stuff, but she needs some help. So I hired this young girl. Her name was Mandy, to work with us, to help us. And she was with us for about a year plus. And then Mandy went back to Alaska. Sorry, look good. Oh, she became a friend because my office was small, so we just kind of all became close friends, or at least closely related, working together every day. So Mandy goes back to Alaska. Now we had like a group text. It was my wife, me, and Mandy, because we used to communicate that way back and forth for logistical and stuff. So Mandy's gone for months. Right? And at one point, she texts me something, blah, 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 and I go, wow, that's great. I miss you. She knows where I'm going. She knows where I'm going, right?
Yeah.
Now, I know my wife is on this. My wife's on this freaking chain, so I know she's going to say, I'm not, right? I miss you. It's because I miss her, right? So that was a pancake for my wife.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Right, but get this. So this is the way. This is how you do it right. It takes courage, ladies. It takes courage. It takes a little bit of energy and kind of holding yourself down a little bit. So the next day, you can't wait a week for the small stuff because you'll forget.
Then it fester.
The next day, at the latest, hopefully that day, if you really want him to remember, because you won't remember. The small, teeny, tiny stuff from 2 weeks ago. He won't. Not because he's a jerk, because we don't have a brain for that. Like she's laughing. You know what I'm talking about, right? Men and women, we're different. You forget nothing, we forget everything on purpose. This is why we need each other. Anyway, so the next morning, I never forget, in our bedroom, And this is the language that I teach, by the way. Like, you don't attack him. You ask for time to speak. And so you don't say, we need to talk. We need to talk is, all right, I'm in trouble. And okay, here it goes. Go ahead. Do you know what I mean? Like, women don't get that. You don't say to a man, we need to talk. You know, it's in the shit house. That's not going to work because now he's defensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is the way I teach it. Honey, dear, whatever, buyer, can I run something by you? Mm-hmm. Oh, that makes me curious. Sure. As opposed to, shit. Mm-hmm. Right? Can I run something by you? Can I check something with you? Sure. What do you got? See the difference? Now I'm present. I'm on your side. I'm not defensive.
Right.
So she goes, babe, can I run something by you? Sure. What's up? She goes, well, yesterday you text Mandy. I go, well, yeah. Well, the group text. She says, well, you said you missed her. And I'm like, yeah, I did. I miss her. Don't you? She says, well, again, for her to process this and be able to bring it up, right? It's not easy.
Right.
Like the emotion of it, right? But she's got the courage to do it, and she's not attacking me, so it's going to go really well. Because she's not attacking me, she's just telling me what she's feeling, what she's going through, what's happened, right? She goes, well, how come you didn't say we miss you? You said I miss you.
Mm-hmm.
I go, Now, I never thought of that, honestly, before. Right. So I'm like, hold on. So it took me a minute. You have to let me process and get there. I'm a man. We don't do it quickly like you ladies. Just another example of how different we are. So I had to think about it. I'm like, okay, hold on. Wait. And I go, we've been together like almost 30 years. I go, so, babe, have you ever heard me say, like, include both of us in any kind of conversation? Have you ever heard me say, we miss you, we can't wait to see you? Have you ever heard me say we about anything? Because I don't do that. I know you're on the text, I miss her. And if you miss her, you say, I miss you. But I will never speak for both of us. I think that's gay. I think that's lame. I think that's embarrassing. I think that's stupid. All right? That's all I think. So we miss you to me is inappropriate. Completely. Because I miss her, but I'm not going to speak for her. I think that's respectful. But to her, it was like, ooh, right? So I explained, I'm like, I've never done that. I never speak for you. I never will. I think it's ridiculous. And she's like, you're right. You never do this. I go, I don't. I think it's stupid. I'll do it on purpose. I think it's stupid. Right? And disrespectful. I'm not speaking for you. You're right there. You can say you miss her. Anyway, so and then I go back into, again, now she's processing this, right? Like the pancakes come off the plate, right? And I says, did you think there's something going on with me and Mandy? She said, no, not at all. No, not at all. I know your heart is pure. It's just, it didn't feel good. Pancake on the plate, right? Now, if she didn't bring that up to me, it would still be on the pancake plate.
Right.
That thing will never, ever go away. Every time Mandy's name would come up, she would get
another pancake. Every time,
right? I would stack up some more. Do you see how unfair that is? Now, again, you get your feelings hurt more than we do, right? For us, when we get our feelings hurt, it's deep, and we lose us for a few days sometimes, and sometimes a few weeks and a few months. Yours is more constant life thing, right? But in order for you to not think he's a jerk, that he's hurting your feelings, and you should know better, you have to clean it up.
Now let me ask you, if Manny was Mark and
if Manny was Mark, yeah,
if your wife had an exchange in the group chat and said, I miss you, that wouldn't have affected you?
I'm not sure. She's never done that.
Okay.
That'd be interesting to experience.
Right.
Now, I have my wife's a ballerina, so she's around a lot of men as well, but they're not really a big threat, if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So as one of the guys she works a lot with is a lot, right? They co-produce stuff together. He spends a lot of time with her. If he was straight, I'd be worried.
Okay.
But he's not, so I'm safe. Do you know what I mean? But I'm very aware of the tension. I'm aware of him because of it.
Right.
That makes sense?
Right. Yeah.
So years ago when I was dancing, I remember she got a gig I forget what it was, but the rehearsal was local, and I was free that afternoon, so I decided to swing by rehearsal. I know they rehearse, a big studio, right? And I'm very familiar. I used to teach there, so I decided to just roll up at the rehearsal. And I walk in the rehearsal, and it's a huge room, and they're over there in the corner in partners. And I see this guy with his hands on her hips.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, I know the guy. He's gay.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, right? This got his hand, and he's like, so he's holding her by her hips because they're listening to the choreography or whatever, right? And whoop, whoop, and I'm like, okay, I'm out. And I left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to see this, even though there's no danger. But so, can I react? Sure. Am I going to respond to the reaction? I don't know. If she'd said to Mark, "I miss you," I might have said, you know, I don't think that I would say anything. Honestly, I would probably, I would. There's nothing between her and Mark. I miss you. It meant I miss you. You know, but we never clarify that too. So It's a good question, but I think if anything, I would say, you and Mark. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Well, I was not included here. And she would laugh in my face. She would laugh in my face. She would laugh in my face. You're not included here. Get the hell out of here. You just saw. What do you think I'm doing here? Right? It's different. It's different. What hurts your feelings doesn't hurt our feelings. We don't understand it. That we don't mean it. And when you disrespect us, you don't know you're doing it. Right. Why is he mad? I was just trying to help. If I don't ask for your help, don't try to help me. It's disrespectful. You're mothering me. You make me think that you don't trust me or believe in me. I'm going to get mad because I have that for me in the first place.
Mm.
Right.
I'm not sure that I'm capable. So when you doubt me,
right.
When you lean in on me, when you tell me what to do, when you say stuff like, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" Say that 3 times. See what happens to him. He's going to lose his mind. Because if you doubt him, he's doubting himself, which is we already have a doubt that we're really, really capable as much as we want to.
Right.
So you flick that nerve and you have a jerk in front of you. This nice man disappears. And you're like, "I was just trying to help you. I didn't ask." Because you actually can help him only if he asks.
Right.
You don't get to lean in on him.
It's funny because, and I know what he's thinking, because I do stuff like that. And I don't do it questioning him.
I know. But that's how it lands.
Right.
I don't say it to hurt your feelings, but that's how it lands.
Right.
I don't have a tone because I want to hurt your feelings. I have a tone because I'm irritated.
Right. That makes sense.
Same story, right? But it's not understanding that we're actually attached to different things.
It's so hard when you're in the midst of stuff.
Yes.
To stop and think, you know what? Well, that was this.
I always use that little meme they had a couple of years ago that used to go across where the woman, and man are laying in the bed and their backs are facing each other. And she's like, "I wonder if he's thinking about other women." And he's like, "Did I put the trash can on the curb?"
Straight up.
Did I move it out there?
Straight up. And that's part of the insecurity of being female. So my self-doubt is, am I capable? So when you say, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" and you like mother me, it pisses me off because it's something I have in me. You're reminding me that maybe I'm not capable. That's the biggest insult from your wife. Right. On the other side, for you ladies, I'm going to say this. It's going to sound ridiculous, but I'm going to say it. Are you ready? You don't understand commitment. You do not understand commitment one bit.
Okay.
Because when we commit to you, Byron, back me up. And again, I do a lot of men's work. It's the same with all of us that are normal males. I married her. I'm going to devote my life to her. We'll do everything that I can to keep us safe and in a good setting, right? So, but you don't understand that because you got stuck in the stories of cheating and that this guy, and then you've been hurt before and you've been cheated on before and you've had a boyfriend in high school that was a douchebag and, you can't really trust men. So you have that thing in your head all the time.
Right.
So I'm telling you, you don't understand commitment because we do. When you married Byron, when you married Margaret, was it for this week and next week or maybe like next month, or how long did that go in your head? Forever. Right? We make the commitment, it's forever. It's not like we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it lasts till next year because we wouldn't do it otherwise, right? When the time a natural male commits, it's on, and there's no shaking that. And that's why men typically don't leave marriages. 80% of marriages, divorce are initiated by women for that reason. Because if you don't feel safe, right? If you don't feel safe, he's not constantly reassuring that he loves you.
Right.
He starts taking you for granted because he doesn't understand the small things, right? I had a guy a few months ago. He comes. I don't know why I pointed at my door because I could see it. He says to me, he reached out to me. He goes, "Dude, I need your help. What's up?" He goes, "My lovely wife for 10 years. She used to be so sweet, so kind, so loving, so supportive, so." He goes, "Now I come home. She looks at me and she goes, 'Oh, it's you,' and she goes in the kitchen." He goes, "Man, she hates me." He goes, "I don't know why. I'm a good guy. I go to work every day. Right? I pay for everything. I don't cheat. I'm here. I work my ass off." And I go, "You poor bastard. You don't know." Right? And I said, "Okay, guarantee you, without even talking to your wife, promise you, because I understand instinct in women and what you need to be good." Right? I go, "She feels taken for granted. You don't talk to her enough. She feels like you don't care, right? You probably don't notice all the stuff that she does around the house. You don't talk to her enough to make it feel safe, right? You're this kind of thing that comes home that's quiet because you have to recover." That makes her feel insecure. That makes her feel like unsafe because she needs the connection for her nervous system to go, my man is home. So if you don't talk to her a little bit, if you don't share with her a little bit, if you don't put your hands on her a little bit, her brain's going to take over and make some meanings out of it, which means, who's he thinking about? Why isn't he talking to me? Why is he, now I'm getting mad, right? It starts the shit show. So I said to him, I go, you have to do what a woman needs to bring out the best out of her. Because right now, because you're a dude and you say, "I've done the big stuff," what else does she want? But she needs constant reassuring, constant connection. That's the difference between men and women. We don't understand that. So he said, "What do I have to do?" I'm like, start talking to her. Come home, look at her face and go, "How was your day?" The 10 minutes, 15 minutes, not 45 minutes. She didn't get 45 minutes. That's abusive, right? But if you do it on a regular basis, she'll be good with 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. The first time you do it, it'll be an hour, right? Because she'll be surprised. But so connect with her, talk to her, look in her eyes. How was your day? What's going on? How we doing, by the way? I also say keep dating. My wife and I date every weekend. We go for a dance class privately, and then we go for dinner. And, the statistics on this is, in order to keep the relationship connected and healthy, guess how simple that is. All you need is 90 minutes eyeball to eyeball, an hour and a half. So we dance together for an hour and a half. We go to dinner or lunch together for an hour and a half, across from each other at the table, right? And then we check in. So how are we doing? How was your week? What was it like for you to struggle, all that stuff? Right? Yeah, it's kind of saying I'm stuck in the middle of this. That. Like we check in because you won't do it when the kids are running around. You won't do it when you're making dinner. You won't do right. But then man has to still have to learn some of it just to keep her okay. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. The funny thing is when he did all this, right? These are all simple things. They'll cost you nothing, right? You didn't know. I married her. It cracks me up. So months later, my favorite story, right? Months later, by the way, I don't need to teach both. I just need to teach one side. Because when you understand what the other side needs instinctively, the best comes out of them.
Right.
So he's the one that came at me. Often this woman coming at me with, "I don't understand what's wrong with him. He doesn't give me, he doesn't talk to me. I get the one word answer. I don't know what he's thinking. Makes you crazy." Anyway, but he's the one that reached out to me because she hates me. He said, anyway, so we did the work. I taught him owner's manual for the ladies, where she needs to be good, the connection, right? A little bit of kindness, a little bit of like thinking about her when you're not with her. Send a text. Midday, send a text, "Thinking about you, can't wait to see you home and give you a kiss." Duh! It costs nothing. Comes home, he goes, I come home, sometimes she's not only at the door smiling, sometimes she has a glass of wine in her hand. "Thank you for getting my wife back." I'm like, "You're welcome. But thank you for like stepping in and learning." Because if we leave us alone, we misunderstand, we're frustrating each other, and often we collide. And then we go apart because what's sad to me is that not understanding any of this, women will often assume, because it's so obvious to you, that when he hurt his feelings, that he knew that he was doing that. So if he knew that he was doing that, he's like kind of doing it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's on purpose, like, what kind of a jerk am I married to, right? So women actually believe that it's so obvious, right? Every girl in the room knows what a jerk. He has no idea, right? So how long can my wife stand me if she believes that I hurt her feelings on purpose, that I mean to do it? Right. This is how we grow apart, because then it cools off everything, right? And if you treat him disrespectfully, he's going to shut down, talk even less, not touch you less, get away from you more distance. People think we grow apart.
Do you and your partner want to learn simple ways to grow closer?
Do you and your partner want to grow happier together?
Do you and your partner want to be a unified front?
Do you and your partner want to divorce-proof your marriage?
If you answer yes to these questions, you need to check out our book, Unlocking Forever, 10 Keys to a Successful Marriage Beyond I Do.
Each section focuses on a different aspect of marriage and briefly describes how we handled it in our relationship. At the end of the section, you're given an action step or key to complete with your partner.
These keys are practical steps you can immediately implement in your relationship and help you and your partner be proactive and intentional about your relationship.
You can purchase your copy on Amazon.com.
And until next time, we will holler at y'all.
So now is the distance, like in that situation, if that guy never came to you and if he continues to just go about that way, then is that where the infidelity could take place, or is it that come in at that point?
Yeah, often infidelity is always a product of coming undone. Mm-hmm. But it's not. It's interesting because people who have affairs, often it's a cry for, what are we doing, right? So again, if it's not a chronic thing and the guy or the girl is crazy, right? But if it's like splitting apart, we all need affection, we all need to be touched, we all need to be cherished and validated this way. If it doesn't happen because we split apart and somebody crosses the line, often in my world and in the world of therapy, we don't throw the relationship away for an indiscretion. It's an opportunity to go in and go, how do we get here? Right. What happened? Right. You know what I mean? And then dismantle all the crap that I just talked about, all the little things that we don't understand that pulls us apart, right? And I'm saying, couples that get there, if they want to fix it because they've been invested for 10, 15 years, they have children, right? And they don't make that a deal breaker, because it's not a deal breaker. It's a paradigm. Often it's a cry for help.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
It's a cry for help. Like, this is broken and we need to do something. So boom, throw the wrench in, right? Now we have to get clear, get clean, right? Get talking or get apart.
Right.
But the people who want to stay together, poof.
Yeah.
And they restart with the decoding, and we repair the stuff, and then we literally start dating again. And we, with the tools, with the understanding, stop pointing the finger, stop falling apart, keep the pancake plate clean, right? Know how to bring him forward for adjustment when he goes too far, because he will. He's gonna be too controlling. That's the nature of man, right? Whenever you cross the line into too much, babe, thank you so much. I know you're amazing. You want to protect me, but right now you're scaring the shit out of me. Can you tone it down a little bit? Like, there's a way to not attack him for him to go, what? Well, I know you're not, but how many times did my wife say to me, she goes, okay, now you're scaring the children. Can you bring it down a little bit? Like, what do you mean? Well, you're scaring the children. Can you bring it down? It's not cool. Well, okay, sorry, I lost it. Yeah, you know what I mean. But she's not attacking me. Do you know what I mean? So all of these details is really what we're blind to, and when women are masculine, it makes all that worse. When men are feminine, it's the whole thing is even calibrated in a whole different, and this really doesn't work. Like, the opposite really doesn't work. So that's why I say equality and 50-50 doesn't help anything, doesn't solve anything. It sounds good on paper, but in reality, it doesn't work at all. It works for business and money, sure, but
Right.
relationships,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
disaster. Ooh,
As we wrap up,
yeah.
one simple thing that you would suggest, or one tool that you would suggest couples implement so that they can maintain that connection and not get to a place of stacking pancakes and
Yeah.
And throwing plates.
Some of them got syrup and butter on the pancakes. You had me think about IHOP.
So the way I put it, so what we typically do, because we don't know and we're not educated in these things and we're reactive more than we're thinking about, right? When we get triggered, we'll react.
Right.
And people who are rationals don't react. Something happened, they think, and then they respond.
Right.
Most of the rest of us, something happened, we react, oh shit. I can't believe I said that. I went too far, right? So we tend to be reactive to life, especially to our partners, because they hold the biggest triggers, right? They can flick that nerve like nobody else. Somebody at work, you could laugh in their face. She does it to you. Woo! The beast is in the house, right? So that's what I'm saying. So when you're triggered, when you get your feelings hurt, when you feel disrespected, right? When it's is in the house, right? You don't ignore it. You don't go in the garage. You don't go in the other room, right? You take your corners, like you go, okay, because especially if it starts getting heated or like things are kind of that, nothing good comes out of a fight. Nothing good comes out of pushing at each other because you're trying to win. So it goes elevated. It goes worse and worse and worse. And often we scream because the other one seems to not hear us. How many times can I say this to you? Right? So that's, again, it's an attack. You know what I mean? So, and then what happens, we end up saying things that we can't take back that are hurtful forever. So that's what we typically do because we're not educated in not doing that, all right? We just I have the right to be mad at him because I have the right to be mad at her because she disrespected me. I go, no, it'll happen. It may happen twice a day sometimes, right? It's like, so you go, okay, let's not do this, right? Let's not do this. Let's go neutral, right? You take your corners, whatever that means. You can go to the gym, you go for a walk, right? It could take an hour, it could take 30 minutes, it could take the rest of the afternoon. And when you're neutral, that there's no more juice on what happened an hour or 2 hours ago or earlier today, this morning, right? You're adult enough to come together like adults, not children, right? And go, do you have a minute? Sure. So what happened this morning? How do we get there? That's what adults do. And that's what people who win in a relationship do because they don't attack, they don't try to get on top, and they don't get frustrated to the point where they're yelling. They take the corners and they go neutrally, adult to adult. Well, that was a lot this morning. And this, how do we get there? Well, you know, when you do this, my dad used to do this, and it just throws me right there. Oh, right, you told me this before. I'm sorry. Like I got caught up in my crap, and you know. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? Well, yeah, I just really felt like I know. And again, so in that place, he could apologize, or sometimes it needs an explanation. Like me and my wife with the text, right? It's an explanation. There was nothing to apologize for. It's just so I had to clarify to put the pancake up, and that's what people who succeed in relationships. That's what they do. They have each other's back. They want each other to win. So we don't climb on each other. We go. So what happened here? Why'd you get so mad? Where'd you get so mad? But neutral.
Right.
That's what adults do. And then you can actually have a conversation you know,
first.
when you did this, when you did this, that's what happened to me. Or when you did this, that's how I received it. When that happened, it made me, you know, I don't like it. Oh, okay. But it's not a fight. Is you share, I call it pointing the finger at you. We typically go like this. You need to, I'm sick of your crap. I want you to talk me more. That doesn't work. And that's attack on neither one of you. But if you do this, you have a second? Sure. So, you know, yesterday when that happened, it made me feel like this. I did not like it. What do you think about what I'm saying?
Right.
There's no attack. There's no attack there.
Right.
It's like, I'm telling you my pain.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is when we get empathy and want to fix it. If you put the finger in my face, I want to push back. You're going to lose. You're going to think I'm a jerk. If you point the finger at you, explain to me what happened made you feel that you didn't like it. If I care for you, I'm so sorry, babe. That's not what I meant. But you're like, you told me this before. Like, and then we can hug and kiss. And make up. You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. It's not that hard, but we really come from different worlds.
Right.
Different planets, different worlds, and we think the other one's misbehaving when they're just being true to their nature.
Right.
Warrior and gatherers, hunter-gatherers, that's where we come from. That's how we survive millennia.
Yeah.
It's not going away because of 50 years of feminism. It's not going anywhere at all. Yeah. So you could fight it and say it's not right, but it's not right. It's nature. It's what works best. So we stay in our lanes and come together. Like, we're made to complement each other. We're not the same. We're completely opposite. We're made to fit. My favorite thing to say is, we're as equal as our genitals. You know what I mean? But guess what? We're perfectly fitted, right? Made to fit.
Right.
Well, in temperament, in our behavior, in our chemistry, we're completely separate, made to fit. My strength is different than her strengths. Together, we create a marriage and a family. Mm-hmm. It's together, we bring each other's best side, but they're different. It's not a masculine woman that makes a healthy marriage. It's not a feminine man, which is what's in our culture, right? Like disempower men, empower women is going to be working better. For business, yes. For money, sure. For relationship, no.
Fighting against each other all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. It doesn't work. All right. I could do this all day long.
This has been phenomenal.
It has.
I've learned to see things.
Plate of pancakes at me over last weekend.
You earned every pancake.
And
you earned one.
When we came back together, like you said, it was, something I had done before, but she just put the pancake on the plate, and again she kept stacking the pancake. And once we talked about it, then the pancakes came off the plate. Okay, I understand. I know how to move. I apologize, so.
That's a normal thing. That's what happens typically, right? It's just like we kind of don't know what to do, and the pancake gets stacked up. We don't even know, right? Well, when you have a visual for it, right? You can say to her, anything on that plate? You seem a little funny. I don't think I deserve that kind of cold vibe for this. Right? This ruined your life? Right? But so you can fish it out, right? Yep. Before she gets frustrated and maybe like, just talk to me. What's up? Right? So I understand, even having the visual of a pancake, not letting the pancake plate as a woman, don't let it happen. First, it's not helping you, and you can't explain or apologize. It's not fair.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And he's on your side. 100%. I see it. Look at him. He's completely into you in every way possible. This is the man. So how do you keep the guy like this close to you? You have to clean up when he hurts your feelings, and the same with you when she disrespects you. All right, please don't talk to me that way.
And knowing in no kind of way did I say I'm going to disrespect you tonight.
So it goes both ways, but again, we have the courage to take a moment, take a beat, check in with each other, and have an adult conversation.
Right.
That's what all successful couples do. They have each other's back first, not trying to win and get on top or be righteous.
Right.
They go, how do I get her to be at her best? How do I get to fix this? Right? Vice versa. How do I bring the best out of my man? He's mad at me. Babe, did I need to apologize for something? Well, yeah, funny you ask.
We have to go neutral first, and then
and then come adult to adult. And if you get heated, as you kind of come back, if you get heated, out.
Yeah,
you can't let the energy. You can't let build up. It's a terrible thing. So if you get triggered, you have to pull back. But if you point the finger at you, how do we get here? Well, that's, when you said that, I'm just my dad is, and then my ex-husband did the same damn thing. And just, I'm not your ex-husband. I'm not your dad. I'm sorry. And then you go, oh, and start crying, and you give him a hug, and everything's good.
Yeah.
See it? It's not that hard. But
it's
again,
plate right now.
Yeah.
What's
It's
that?
an empty plate right now. We have an empty plate right now.
Beautiful, yeah, and that's the only way to have peace for both of you.
Right.
You cannot, if you don't clean the plate, the tension between you two is constant and it's palatable in the house, and the kids can feel it.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Right. So the idea is, if you understand as a man, the thing we need most is peace in the house. So do you, but you could. The house could be about the kids, could be about all kinds of things, right? If the tension between you and I is present, I can't relax. That means, right? And so I want to get away. And then you'll watch him do it, right? He doesn't want to. He doesn't like me. He doesn't want to be with me. Tension. We have to clean the pancakes so we could be. Happy to see you, babe. How was your day? Here's a sandwich. Want some wine with that? It's not that hard.
Yeah.
And then when he crosses the line,
now she hates me.
right? God, he was so devastated. She hates me, man. She used to be so sweet. She hates me. Like, yeah, it's on you. She's a girl. She needs what she needs, and you don't know what that is. And vice versa.
I often say that I kind of had a little cheat code because when I was younger, my mom had like the magazine rack in the bathroom. Had the women's magazines and things like that. I would sit at the now we would use the bathroom. I sit and start reading. I understand these women, so.
Oh, interesting.
Understood.
Smart.
I had a little
Smart. Now, also, if you were raised in a family with both boys and girls, right, having sisters, having brothers, kind of brings kind of a dimension to that. Because people, like, I have a friend who's married a woman who has two sisters, was raised with no father, her mother, her aunt, and her grandmother, females only. So she looks at him like this creature from hell who's hairy, misbehaving, right, is acting wrong, leaves the toilet seat up, and so she's like, and that's a terrible, so people who have mixed family, people who have brothers and sisters, understand at least, there's a huge difference. Even if you don't understand it, you can respect it to some degree until it makes you feel bad, and then you bring it up.
Right.
Yeah, and then I did have sisters and brothers, so I saw the dynamics of both of them.
Yeah.
Relationships.
Yes.
I was an only child, at least the only one at home. So
Interesting.
I was used to everything being my way.
Yeah. Now, that's also difficult for your partner because lonely children, tend to believe that the world revolves around them. Right. So often it's hard to share. It's hard to give. It's hard to rely. So I'm not saying that you don't do any of these things, but it's kind of a paradigm of lonely children. They've never got to be children with other children, be stupid, be childish, have fun. They're in the world of adults and they're serious and they're very serious and they grow up really quickly. But often in their interdimensional, their relationship with people, they tend to they don't know how to share. They've never learned to share. Mm-hmm. So they could be difficult to deal with that way. I'm just saying, it's just paradigm of being a lonely child. It just is.
And not with him. He gets treated differently than anyone. But with others, I've had that. Even with the kids, I'll side-eye the kids.
I get it. And again, it's, if you pay attention, and watch what doesn't work, then how do we address it?
Right. Well, this has been enlightening.
Thank you.
We've learned a lot.
Yeah.
And if any of our listeners want to learn more and want to find you, find you.
So I have two gifts for you listeners, by the way.
Okay.
So, because I do a lot of podcasting, because my mission, my God mission, is to spread this to the masses and to alleviate the frustration and pain as much as possible between men and women. And I want to teach this to the masses. So I do podcast after podcast after podcast to bring hope. Ladies, yes, you can have a healthy relationship with a man. Man, yes, you have a relationship with a woman. You have to understand this whole dance. You have to learn to dance. Mm-hmm. We don't learn to dance. We have to learn to dance nowadays. It's not simple like our parents' days where it was so obvious. She was a woman and he was a man. That's it. He goes to work, she takes care of the house, right? It's not like that anymore. So we have to recalibrate and relearn this. But it's very, very possible. So podcast 3-4 a week. So people can find me. My website is projectequinox.net. Mm-hmm. And a bunch of stuff there. So I do a lot of, all the podcasts get posted somewhere. One of the pages on there. I have blogs. I have all kinds of fun stuff. Every event that I have is posted on there. But I'm also on all social media under André Paradis and or Project Equinox. So if you Google either, you'll find everything. But for your listeners who, I noticed that there's typically two types of listeners that come on the podcast, because I had my own for a couple of years. And so some listeners come in because they're like looking for information. Mm-hmm. You know, they understand the masculine and feminine thing that everybody talks about, but what the hell does that mean? I don't listen. Right? So information seekers will let the audience, file themselves accordingly, which category they find themselves. But if you're an information seeker and a woman, I want to send you directly to my email, André Coaching, the number 1. Mm-hmm. At Gmail, ANDRE coaching, COACHING, the number 1 at Gmail. And in the subject box, ladies, write Irresistible Book. This is a workbook that I sell on my website. It's 30 pages. It's a workbook to be filled out. And it's called, you ready? The 5 Feminine Qualities High Value Men Find Absolutely Irresistible. This comes from my work with men. This is men speaking, ladies. The 5 qualities they find irresistible. And it all has to do with the energy. Not your butt, not your hair, not your height. Seriously, right? Because a lot of you think men are visual and that's how we get our attention. But beyond that part, when you investigate who you are, boom, this is where they find irresistible. Mm-hmm. This is for your information seekers. The other type of listeners are people who are action takers. Like you guys, I saw you guys kind of go, oh, right? They have these moments when I was speaking, you're like, oh, that's what that was. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, okay, I got to think about this more, right? So again, I teach nature and science, right? So often it resonates with people, and I know what I'm talking about. So if you're a listener who resonated with anything I said and you want to talk to me, André Coaching 1 at Gmail, in the subject box, just write talk now. I'll send you my calendar link. And you book yourself a call one-on-one like we're doing right now with me. It's on me. It's complimentary. I charge for this typically. But for your guests, they could just come and get it. And we'll talk about, first thing I do in that call, it's about an hour plus. Mm-hmm. We talk about, again, I can't get anybody in a healthy relationship until we clean up your baggage. Right. So in that call, in 15 minutes, maybe 20, we actually will go right to childhood when the wheels came off. If you're a masculine woman, we'll find out exactly what happened. And then you go, oh, right? If you're a feminine man, oh. And you understand your whole life per a belief system that started when you were too little to even know better. Right. So when you understand that, and people come at me with, I'm broken, something wrong with me. Oh, wait, there's nothing wrong with me? Right? I'm a product of my past. There's nothing wrong with me. This is normal for where I come from. And then from there we go, so what's the dream? And some women discover they actually want babies and families now. They never really before because they were too, you know what I mean, masculine and feeling unsafe in the world. And all of a sudden, so the dream could be companionship, it could be babies and family, depending on your issue, whatever. But the dream, when you release this, so that call, we'll talk about this. We'll clean that. We'll find out what happened. It'll kind of bring life into your spirit, I hope, some. Noticing you're not broken, and then what's the dream? And then with that, I'll tell you the kind of ways you could work with me. There's a bunch of ways, small, medium, large, right? I get a membership group on YouTube, on Facebook that's really cheap, and there's a big one-on-one program, and everything in between. So if you're an action taker, André Coaching 1, talk now. We'll talk. No pressure. This is who I am all the time, right? But for some people, that call, whether we work together or not, it's liberating. They understand they're not broken.
That's
Life changing.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So that's my offer. That's my gift to listeners.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that generosity, and I know that the listeners will too. Yep.
And if you want both gifts, bring both gifts, seriously. And they could actually, I encourage people to even ask me a question and, tell me I'm full of crap, but I'm not. Like anything, seriously, this is the work, right? Bring it. And I have a bunch of stuff that I could share with anybody who reach out to me as well.
And we'll make sure to have all that information posted and all those goodies and freebies, because our goal, like yours, is to share information, spread the word, because we want people, if they want happy, healthy relationships, we want to help them get that.
For sure. And statistically, for both men and women, the quality of a relationship determines the quality of your life and your happiness. For both men and women. I mean, Los Angeles, people with money who can't get this right feel like losers and they're miserable.
Right.
That's the number one teller of the quality of your life. The quality of your relationship is that important.
Yes.
So come and learn.
Yes.
Again, we thank you for joining us.
Thank you for a great conversation. You guys are amazing. And adorable. We'll see you soon.
Well. Oh man. He dropped a bunch of jewels and nuggets and he just threw them on the trail. Now this folks just got to pick the nuggets up.
And keep in mind, he said this is not him. This is science. This is science. This is psychology. I just had a recent conversation, online, and I was saying, we think differently, and it's so important in a relationship because, ladies, we can't expect for our man to think like us, and be the protector, be the provider. We can't have it both ways. We have to learn how to communicate in a way that he receives what we're saying. But on the flip side,
and on the flip side, we have to do the same, fellas. We have to do the same. We have to lean into, to listen, to understand what it is that your mate wants, what your mate desires. So, plug in, tune in. Don't just get busy doing your little projects around the house.
And ladies, don't build the plate of pancakes.
That's right.
When the pancake lands, serve it immediately. And
don't throw no butter and syrup on the pancakes either. It got me thinking about them endless stacks of pancakes.
See, we can't be great worrying about endless pancakes. All right, so we have some free things for you that Andre has graciously provided. And to access those free things, email andrecoaching1 at gmail.com. And there are two freebies.
Yeah. And
the first,
put into the
in the subject line.
header.
The first is his book. And in the subject line, you put the word irresistible. And ladies, that book is called 5 Feminine Qualities High Value Men Find Absolutely Irresistible.
Oh, yeah.
So ladies, if you'd like a copy of the book, andrecoaching1 at gmail.com, and put irresistible in the subject line. The second freebie.
Okay.
The second freebie is an actual live call, and it's a free live call with Andre. And if you are interested in that, you put talk now in the subject line and send the email to andrecoaching1 at gmail. And he said we start at the beginning and we move forward. So, and
that's free.
It's free. And he said, hey, if you want both, send 2 emails.
Yep.
we also want to offer you the opportunity to ask Andre your questions on a live Q&A.
Yes.
And so the date will be determined, but we will post about the date and give you a form to complete so that we can know where to send that Zoom link to.
Yes.
And we'll also provide information if you want to attend and you want to be anonymous. We will send information as to how you can do that.
Yep. And you can send that to admin@beyondidopodcast.com. And we will put that information on the website.
www.beyondidopodcast.com. Yep. We'll also post it on Facebook, in our Facebook group.
Yes.
And on Instagram.
Yep.
All right.
Well, that was very informative and riveting, and I'm just ecstatic about what I've learned. Very
good. And I don't have any pancakes on the plate.
That's a good thing. No pancakes. Remember, y'all, no pancakes. All right, y'all. Until next time, we will holler at y'all. Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Beyond I Do podcast.
Please make sure to like this episode and also subscribe to our podcast. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the Beyond I Do podcast.
And until next time, we will holler at y'all.